Hello, everybody. Thank you so much for joining me today. My name is Lily. I am so happy that you are here with me today. In today's video, I am going to bring you along as I package some of my junky junk kits that I have some of my junky junk kits that I have recently been adding to my Etsy shop. I know it's kind of like a tongue twister, junky junk kits, but they are so much fun. Lots of goodies. There are over 100 pieces in these junky kits. And I know because I stopped counting at 100 and I thought anything over that was like a little bonus. They are so cute, lots of great little things. And let me tell you that a lot of the things that are in here are items that I actually use in my own junky junk journal creations, using all of the embellishments and all the goodies and treasures that go into making a junk journal. So that's what's in here. I'm going to flip over the camera so that you can see all of the things that go into these packages. They are so stinking cute. So I hope you enjoy. Sit back and relax and let's get started.
I'm going to begin by showing you what is inside this collection of junk journal supplies. I have only just recently started doing this, as I mentioned in the intro, and I thought it would be fun to put together a junky kit just because I love them. I love all the others that I see, and everyone has a different collection and different things in their stash that sometimes, they also want to share either by giving it away or by putting it up in their Etsy shop. And so I thought I would give it a go. They have been well received in my Etsy shop. And so that makes me feel good because I've got a lot of junky goodness, you guys. And there's so much of it that I doubt I will ever get to use every single little bit that I have in my collection. Now, I just turned 54 years old, and so I have been collecting for a really long time. I have been paper crafting since I was in high school, when I started making envelopes from old calendar pages. And then I also, in the late 80s, I would make photo albums. Did you guys watch My Big Fat Greek Wedding, the first one? And she is presented with a photo album. Remember the old magnetic ring-bound photo albums? And it is just covered with fabric and tons of lace. Okay, well, I made those in the late 80s, and I used to make them and sell them. I don't think I have the one that I made for my firstborn daughter. She was born in 1988, and I was so excited to make her, her own photo album. And then my friends and family saw what I had created, and so I started making them and selling them. And I was using scrap pieces of fabric and scrap pieces of laces, and also found items, chipboard from cereal boxes and things like that to create the cover. And I loved working with found items, little junky bits. As that little side gig grew, then I would go out and purchase fabric and specific laces and trims for the albums that I was hired to make, just because they were custom orders now. And so I needed to expand outside the junky bits that I had collected. So I have been paper crafting and collecting junk for a really long time. My mother will never forget how I used to create envelopes from old calendars, and she just thought that that was so clever. One of my favorite things to do or to watch as I was growing up was PBS, and this is back to junior high and high school. And I loved the PBS network because while my siblings were watching, cartoons and shows like that, I mean, I like those too. But one of my favorite shows to watch were the DIY and the handmade and the scrapbooking shows that were broadcast on that PBS network. And that is when I discovered my love for paper crafting and also interior design, and I just loved it. I was given the freedom to decorate my room and paint my walls and create my own curtains and things like that. And I didn't know how to sew other than the class I took when I was in junior high. That was the extent of my learning. And but my mother had a Singer sewing machine, one of those big industrial ones with a big foot pedal, and it just did the single stitching. But I had so much fun. I taught myself how to sew or expand my sewing skills, and I started making little outfits for my children, and then also started, making pillowcases. And I remember for my kids and for my sister's children, I created a whole set of bedding, nursery bedding. And I had no idea what I was doing, but everything turned out so cute. And then I would have other people ask me to make them things. Do you guys remember the old diaper holders? Do you remember those? They used to come on a little hanger, and it was made of fabric, and you would store your diapers in those hanging. They were really cute, these like little hanging closets specifically for your diapers. I would make those too. I had so much fun playing with fabric, and I would go back and forth between fabric crafts and then also paper crafts. And I just loved it. I wish back in the day that I would have had someone somewhere tell me, hey, you could do this for a living. But I always saw it as a hobby growing up, and I loved it. So I've always been some type of crafter. And then I discovered rubber stamping in the late 90s, and I became a Stampin' Up! Demonstrator, you guys, in the late 90s. And then I took paper crafting to an entirely new level. But I would incorporate a lot of the junk that I loved working with. So even though I was selling products, rubber stamps and beautiful, colorful cardstock, I would still repurpose as much as I possibly could. Cereal boxes, packaging, cardboard, just whatever I could get my hands on, I would repurpose and make my own envelopes. And I would incorporate all of that into, my Stampin' Up! Stuff. But then it just grew from there, and I wanted to do much more than what Stampin' Up! Had to offer. Though I loved being a Stampin' Up! Demonstrator, and I also loved the workshops. I loved doing everything that was Stampin' Up! Related, but I had grown more than just rubber stamping and beautiful, colorful cardstock. And so then I stopped being a Stampin' Up! Demonstrator, and this is back, we're talking, the late 2000s, maybe like 2007. I was in and out of Stampin' Up!, but I had already discovered so many other things, you guys. And so, as with anything else, you evolve and you grow and you experiment with and you try new things. And so that's what I was doing. So now it is now around 2010, 2011, and I have a lot of friends that were Stampin' Up! Demonstrators, and I was going to their workshops and making cards because I love making cards. I love scrapbooking. So I still do a lot of that. But now I'm teaching my own workshops where it's a little bit of everything, all kinds of everything. So it was no longer Stampin' Up! Specific. I have moved past that. And now I was curating my own kits and creating my own classes, teaching what things that I had learned, and my classes were growing. And so I did that for many, many years. And I was teaching these classes either in my house if it was a small group, or in my driveway, you guys, when my groups were almost 30. I think the most group I had in one class was almost 30 people. Isn't that crazy? And so I didn't have this space at the time in my home to host 30 attendees. So I would host these workshops and classes in my driveway, and I had a canopy, and I would set up all of the chairs and the tables, and I would bring out as many supplies as I had so I can share with everybody. And we would get busy and we would be crafting, and I had so much fun because I I was no longer expected to just focus on one product. Now I could bring in all kinds of different things, different products. And at the time I had just discovered Tim Holtz, and oh, I fell over when I discovered Tim Holtz products. And so I was incorporating Tim Holtz and then Stampin' Up and then just everybody else from all over the place. And also a lot of my junk. I had already started collecting more and more junk. And long story short, around 2014-15, I discovered junk journaling, and I'm like, oh my gosh, where has this been all my life? Now I felt that all of my things had a purpose, and I started seeing everything, all of my junk, with a new set of eyes. Everything had potential, you guys, and I was able to incorporate everything into the junk journal making, and that just, it just made me so happy. Where, as you can see here on the screen, I like drawing, so I was able to incorporate some of my drawings, and then die cuts and rubber stamping, and I could repurpose clothing tags and old receipts and old envelopes, my DIY calendar envelopes. And I started using all of those things and adding them to a junk journal. And see this right here? This was created using Stampin' Up! Rubber stamps that I've had for over 10 years. And then I used embossing and, you know, different tools. And I could use everything and show everybody what I was doing. And then, I know I'm giving this story to you, putting it, or a little bit about me in a nutshell. It's super condensed version of how I ended up junk journaling. But now I work with everything, whatever I love. There's no limitations to what you can use when you are creating. So don't get stuck in where, you know, oh, I can only use this type of product, or I can only have this type of style. If you're creating something vintage, you know, oh no, it only falls within this vintage style and I can't go outside of those boundaries. Oh no, honey, you could use whatever you want. It's your creation. It is unique to you, and you can use all the things that make you happy. And that's what I do. I use all the things that make me happy. Some things are things that I have purchased, that I have made, that I have purchased new or even thrifted, yard saled. Lots of different supplies. And I discovered a whole group of people that also shared this. So I was so pleasantly surprised that other people collected as much junk as I did. But these to me are, and when I say junk, it's a term of endearment, you guys. It is junky junk, but these are treasures to me. And I love what I do. I started my YouTube channel, I think I started it, around 2014, but it wasn't until the end of 2019, early 2020, that I became a lot more active on YouTube. And when I first started making YouTube videos, they were whack. I didn't know what I was doing. I just wanted to share all of my my projects and the things that I had newly discovered. And it was a slow learning to get to where I am now. And I do a lot. I'm very resourceful, and so I'm constantly searching for new ways to improve my video making, my creations. But in 2019 to 2020, I became more active on YouTube, and I think at that time, I had built up to like 30 or 40 subscribers. And I was so excited, you guys, and I still am. Every time I get a notification that I have a new subscriber, blows my mind. My heart is filled with gratitude, and so just love where I am today and how this has grown and evolved, and not so much a hobby. I call this a work hobby, because I'm able to do this not just as a hobby, but also it's taking me, you guys, to a whole new, a more elevated hobby. You know, I don't know what else to call it, but I do dedicate a lot of time to this craft. And it's just, I have such a passion for this. And I do other things on the side. Many of you know that I am a full-time realtor. Can you believe that? And so I dedicate a lot of time to my real estate career. But this, my crafting, my paper crafting, my junk journal making, it's another full-time hobby. I consider this also a career for me, and I'm so grateful that I'm able to do this and share it with you guys. I know I'm all over the place, you guys. Oh, what was my point with this? I don't know, but I am having so much fun doing what I'm doing. I jump all over the place too, so, you know, squirrel moments. But anyway, long story short, these are items that I have carefully curated and put together because I thought it would be fun to be able to share on my Etsy shop the things that I use in my own personal junk journaling. And you'll see a lot of these things that I have here I use in my own personal journaling and in my junk journal making. If you are not familiar with my style of journal making, I will have a playlist of flip-throughs at the end of this video so that you can see how I incorporate all of these things into into my junk journals, both personal and for business. So you could see all of that. And I know I'm really not focusing on all of the little things that I'm including in the box, but you're getting some eye candy here. And you could see everything is pretty self-explanatory. Lots of little goodies, lots of papers, an array of papers for my own personal stationery collection. And then lots of little goodies, things that you can use to embellish. And then I've also included some handmade things. My signature little house envelope pocket. I've included one in these kits. And this is the second series of junk journal supply kits that I have put together. About a month or so ago, I put my first ever kits together, and there were about 4 kits. And you guys, those went super fast. And so I thought, oh my gosh, you guys love this. So I decided to do another set of 3, and they will vary. And so what I'm doing now is, once I curate and prepare these kits, I'll do 3 or 4 at a time. And so they are somewhat similar. They will vary because I don't have the same of everything to include in these kits. There will be slight variations, but when I work with them in groups of 3, for example, like these, they will share a lot of similarities, but just know that they vary a little bit. By the way, I do have my Etsy shop link down below. If you are interested in these kits, you can hop on over there and take a look at these. So all of that information will be linked down below. If you have any questions about any specific item, especially the handmade items that I've made, leave me a comment down below. And if you want to learn how to make some of these things, I will share a link with you so you can hop on over and watch that video. So yeah. And if I missed anything, I kind of skipped through a lot of things. I went from one topic to the next. So if I missed anything and forgot to mention something or cut my sentence off halfway through, just let me know down below and I can further elaborate. I'm so happy you guys are here with me, and I cannot believe in the growth that I have received just in the last week. I am completely mind blown. And so I am so, like I said, my heart is filled with gratitude, you guys. I am so excited to be here. And I know that I say I'm so surprised that I am where I am, but you know what? I have worked hard. I have worked super hard to be here and to provide you with content that you will find helpful in your junk journal journeys. And so I hope that you do find all of the videos that I provide useful and helpful, and they inspire you to create with with these junk journal supply kits, or even junky bits that you have, because I know you've got junky bits, you guys, and I know that you can create things with your own stash and use your rubber stamps and use your junk mail, use your stationery, your napkins, your ribbons. You know, sometimes I'll take clothing apart because I like the pattern, and I'll reuse that in my junk journal making. And so we have a treasure trove of things under our roof that we can use. We just have to kind of think outside the box and try to find new ways to make beautiful things out of junk. I like to call it trash to treasure. Sometimes, though these are not trash, but I love taking items that are destined for the garbage and repurpose them. Things like Kleenex boxes and cereal boxes and other packaging, gift tags, clothing tags. So shop around in your house and see what you can come up with. But if you don't want to do that, I will have these kits in my Etsy shop for you. And if these are sold out, I will continue to curate new kits in the future. So just know that I will always try to have some type of kit going on in my Etsy shop. And now here is a fun little thing that I'm going to do with you guys. I am going to randomly select one of you, and I'm going to send you a happy mail of one of the junk journal or junky kits that I create. It won't be these because these have been listed in my Etsy shop, but I will put together a very similar kit for you. And I will randomly select one of you to receive it. And the way we're going to do this is I want you to comment and let me know what your favorite junky item that you have, or that you have found, or that you have thrifted, whatever junky item that you have that you love to use in your junk journal making. Let me know what that is in the comment section below. Is it clothing tags that you like to repurpose? Is it old book pages? Is it junk mail envelopes? Let me know what you use, your favorite junky item that you use in your junk journals. Let me know in the comment below. And I'll give it about, let's see, what is today's date? Well, I'm actually recording this on the 18th of August. And so I'll probably upload this in a couple of days. So why don't we give it a week or so from the day I post this video? I will give it exactly 7 days, and then I will randomly select one of you and send you out a little Happy Mail junk journal kit. How about that? And I'm doing this as a thank you, you guys, for being here with me and for helping my channel grow. I'm just so grateful. I am so appreciative of the growth. I'm telling you guys, my mind has been blown this past week. Especially Sunday the 14th, I saw a huge growth spurt in my channel, and I was floored. My sister was here, and she's watching it with me, and we're watching the growth together. I mean, I kid you not, the numbers were just going and going, and my eyes were swelling. I shed a few tears, and she was on her way out the door, and she says, I don't remember who she said. She says, look at your mom. She's crying. She's so excited. And I really was, you guys. I was really in tears from excitement, from just so much appreciation, so much happiness. I just didn't know how to contain all of that happiness. And it was just coming out of my eyeballs. So that was really, really nice. And I'm just so grateful. Sorry, I got distracted. I got a text message. Who's texting me while I'm doing a voiceover? But yes, so super, super grateful. And so I'm just so happy that you guys are here. My goal was to get to 10,000 subscribers before the end of the year, because it's been, it's growing. And I thought, oh, okay, give it about 4 months. I should be close to the 10,000. And then August 14th came, the day before my birthday. And it's almost like the universe, God said, you know what, I'm going to give you an early birthday present. So here you go. Here's a little push to your YouTube channel. So happy birthday to you. And you guys are all part of my universe. And I just thank God that that he is here to help me and to strengthen my faith, because oh my gosh, because without him I would not be here, and without you guys I wouldn't be here either. So anyway, I'm just so excited. All right, I need to reply to this text message because it's my sister. She's texting me, and so we used to talk every single day on the phone, but now, my days, especially right now, the summertime, I've got so many things going on, and so it takes a lot of my day. So I miss the phone calls with my sister. So, but we still text. And you know what? She only lives 5 minutes away, you guys. So I still see her every day. But even though she was down the street, we would still talk, you guys, sometimes for hours every single day. But we're both kind of occupied with other obligations, and so anyway, I'm trying to talk and text at the same time. So have you guys ever been like typing, but you're talking to someone else at the same time, and all of a sudden you're typing the conversation? Because for me, it's hard to multitask. I can't type and then carry on a conversation, because then that conversation all of a sudden ends up on the keyboard. So I need to be careful with that. So hope you guys are enjoying this little pack my order with me. I enjoy doing this. I enjoy watching other people pack their orders. And so this is always fun. I want to make sure that when the recipient receives this kit, that it makes them happy to unwrap all of these little packages and also open envelopes and find even more goodies in there. And as you can see, and you're going to see in just a moment, that this envelope is going to be jam-packed. And I've got it down to a science, you guys. I now know exactly where to position things in these padded envelopes so that they can fit neatly in there. But let me tell you, sometimes I do struggle when it comes to sealing them. I need like an extra hand just to hold the flap down and shut it in place, because it's a tight fit. But how fun is that to receive this chunky package of goodness? I know it would make me happy. It makes me happy packing it. So I hope the recipient is equally happy with all of these goodies and all of these trims. This is one of my favorite trims to use. I purchased a whole bunch of these several years ago from, I want to say it was Hobby Lobby. It was a seasonal item. I haven't seen it since, but if they ever bring it back, I will be the first one there to purchase it. It is a cotton trim with the print on it, and it has been one of my most favorite items to use. And so I like to wrap my little bundles with this trim, and I also have used it as closing ribbon in the junk journals. And then let's see what else. So now I'm just trying to sort things and create little bundles to tie them up, to put them in the packaging. Isn't that little cat so cute? I'm telling you guys, it's so random, but it is so much fun, because once you start, if you don't worry about, a big llama or a little cat sticker or a clothing tag, random, a big button, a greeting card. Just collect all of those things. And once you start using them in your junk journals, you will see how it's so fun. They become a very eclectic type of journal, and they become so fun to look through when you start adding the most random little bits and pieces of things. And so I hope that even if you don't go out and you get one of these kits, but I sure hope that it has inspired you to go through your own junk drawer and your own little treasure trove of junky bits to use and incorporate into your projects. A lot of my videos are about repurposing junk and using, gift bags, grocery paper bags. Also, what else do I love using repurposing junk mail envelopes, you guys. And right now, my number one video is what to do with all those junk mail envelopes. That's the one that has catapulted me towards the 10,000 subscribers. It's that one video, and I'm going to link it right here on the screen so that you could see which one that is, but I'll also link it in the description area below. I have a section down towards the bottom of the description area where I list my favorite videos and my most popular videos, and so I'll link it there as well. But yeah, repurposing junk, that is the base of my channel. But of course, I also like to work with other things. You know, I do unboxing videos. I'm on Tu Casa de Papel's design team, and Yvette from Tu Casa de Papel, she is an amazing digital artist, and so I work with her digital printables. I'm on her design team, so that's fun. But mainly, I work with junky junk, things that can be found in your house to repurpose. That is my favorite thing to do. And oh, my sister. I think my sister needs a ride. Okay, sister, we're almost done. I'll go get you. All right, so we are almost done with this. Not quite. I still have to show you how I put everything in the bag. Isn't that little organza bag so cute? And I love all the little treasures that I put in there. Buttons. I used little wood chippies and little gems and paper clips and brads and bulb pens. Oh, and see that pencil? I purchased a whole bunch of pencils at an antique boutique, and because they all had positive affirmations embossed onto the pencil. And this one reads, dream it, plan it, do it, something like that. And I loved them, and they were in all kinds of different colors. They were in mint green and pink and fuchsia, and then your standard traditional yellow pencil. But I loved the sentiment that was gold embossed on the pencil. And so, you know, just spreading positivity and spreading cheer in all of these. And I will do the same in the one that I will send you after I randomly select. Oh, how fun. So don't forget, you guys, don't forget to comment in the or leave a comment letting me know what your most favorite junky item is to use in your junk journals. And even if you're not a junk journal maker, but you love collecting junk and you like repurposing it into other things, you know, it doesn't have to be junk journal specific, but it could be a junky item that you like to use. You know, let me know down below, and I will put you in this random drawing. So give me a week, and then I will select a winner, you guys. So, oh, so much fun. I'm so excited. Okay, now I'm carefully putting everything in the bag. Can you see how chunky this is? So much fun. So much fun. And that right there is the card that I made. I made that card, you guys. And that's where I will add my personal note thanking the recipient of this kit. So here we are. This is the one that I did, but I had already done 2 others off camera. And so these will be ready to go and available in my Etsy shop. Don't forget that link is down below. But don't go away, because I'm still going to flip the camera over so I can say goodbye to you. You guys, thank you so much for being here.
You guys, thank you so much for watching me as I pack one of these orders. I hope you had as much fun as I did putting it together. I appreciate you guys being here. And you guys, did you see where we are? We are at almost 9,000 subscribers. I told you guys a few videos ago that 10,000 subscribers before the end of the year was my goal, and we are almost at 9,000, you guys. I don't know how to act. I don't know what to do. I'm so excited. Thank you so much for being here, and thank you so much for helping my channel grow. And if you are here for the first time, I would love for you to subscribe. I would love for you to join me. I've got tons more content planned for the future, so stick around with me. And if you're not subscribed, click that subscribe button and share with your friends if you love it. Thanks so much, you guys, and I will see you next time. Bye!